Tap in, collective, tap in, Crown Collective, tap in. Welcome to the season of breakthroughs, birthrights, and blessings. My name is Cass Young Crown. I'm an intuitive speaker and spiritual motivationalist, activating the spiritual powerhouse within you, collective. Okay, so I need you to stay prayed up. I need you to live a soul-led life, manifest in alignment, and walk through spiritual warfare with grounded support and clear insight, collective. And that's what I am here to do for you. So we're going to talk about what's shifting for the collective, what is happening in your birthright season, the inheritance, the shifts. We're going to talk about the opposition, your claim, and the outcome that is happening. Now, you know, guys, I love a shift of what's going on. And we see the Hierophant came out in full display on the bottom, the Two of Wands. Ooh, I love this. And the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom. So I'm already feeling like a lot of receiving what has been sown, not just for the collective, but for that enemy as well. Tap in, collective. I'm looking at the Hierophant and the Two of Wands. Both are within pillars. So I feel like, collective, a lot of you have come into a level of information and knowledge that maybe you haven't studied before. Maybe you had an inkling that you knew, but you weren't quite sure how you knew it, and you weren't really sure what to do with this knowledge and information, collective. Oh my gosh, I love this. And the universe, boom, pick the world up and drop it on his head, collective. Tap in. So as I'm thinking about the breakthroughs, the birthrights, and the blessings, collective, you know what I'm really feeling like when I see this Hierophant? I feel like there is a pillar, a post, a space, a spot, a portal that you may have danced around, or maybe didn't even want to. Maybe you didn't even want to take this position, collective. Tap in now. Wait a minute now. Now we got to put on the glasses because we need to see some things, okay, collective? Because I know I'm calling some of y'all out right now, and y'all weren't even ready for this conversation. Some of y'all have been dancing around your divine position for a very long time because you did not want the responsibility of what comes with being in a particular divine position that is a birthright of yours. Tap in. And I feel like this could be anything from being a teacher, being a student. I feel like some of you have not learned a skill. You've been running away from learning a skill, maybe taking the role of an ancestor, or ignoring a calling because you don't want to invest the time, collective. There is a position, a post, an energy that you are supposed to step into that you have not been taking on. And a lot of that is because, collective, you know the level of responsibility that comes along with that. Now, let me tell you something. When I start touching my hymns are like this, that means a lot. It can mean a lot of things, but right now that means that there is some shifts happening within the inheritance of the collective, what the collective is supposed to receive, and some enemies showing up. So there is some strong opposition that has arrived for the collective, that has kind of pulsated within your duties, have pulsated within your mind, have pulsated within your relationships, that has taken you away from what you are supposed to rightfully inherit. Tap in. And a part of taking on this position that you may have been ignoring for the last 10, 20, 30 years, tap in. A part of that is keeping you distracted into believing that you are not ready to take on a position that was anointed to you. This is a birthright, collective. This is a straight up birthright. And the thought that you are unworthy because you dealing with this situation and that situation, the thought alone keeps you blocked from truly stepping into that role, collective. And I know some of y'all, I'm not ready. I got a whole lot going on. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of people who wasn't ready to step into a position of spiritual power that had to do it anyway. Tap in. Now listen, we're not going to sit up here and act like everything is always going to be the right way all the time. That is not how that happens. But when you step into this divine role that has been anointed and appointed to you, collective, any conversation that pulls you away from that role is that of the enemy. Tap in. And, when I talk about what's shifting for the collective, I need you to understand, as you shift, the enemy is going to try to shift with you because it's got to adjust. Tap in. It's got to adjust to this movement. And one of the things that the enemy, you know how they say the revolution will be televised? Listen, the enemy does not want you to take that revolution and put it to work. The revolution will not be televised. Is the mindset, is the mental that takes place. And then you take the mental and you manifest it through your actions. Tap in. It is those actions that the enemy wants to keep away. Tap in. Because if it's all in your mind, then okay, it ain't no need to do nothing. If it's all in your mind and you're not going to take no action, then the enemy don't need to take no action. You doing the work for the enemy yourself. Tap in. But it's when you start to ascend upon Pride Rock. Tap in. Okay, yes, I went there. Lion King reference is when you start to ascend upon Pride Rock and take your rightful place as divine feminine, divine masculine, anointed, chosen one child of God. That the enemy starts scrambling and saying, wait a minute now. It was supposed to be all up in here. You was never supposed to actually take the steps to ascend. Tap in. You was never supposed to do that. So when I'm thinking about your inheritance, collective, during this breakthroughs, birthright, and blessings phase, I'm thinking how so many times you counted yourself out because you did not believe that you were ready. Collective, you ain't ready now. Who is ever ready to take on such a heavy assignment? Who is ever ready, like fully ready to be like, yeah, I'm going to do this 1000%. Okay? Listen, I love that this Hierophant came out, and this is a knowing for, oh my gosh, collective. Whew. Even though you have rejected this space, even though you have circumvented this space, you tried to hide from this spot. Okay, you telling people, oh, I got other things to do. I ain't gonna do that right now. Like, girl, the way that every which way you went, there was an inkling inside you that felt unfulfilled because you knew that it was something else there that you needed to address, that you needed to take on. So the accomplishments that you have and the rewards that you got and the money that you got, when you took all of that and was like, not going to take that, boom, that inheritance is following you all over the place. Like, yeah, we see you, and you need to stay here. Ooh, wee! Taking on your throne, baby. This is magnificent. This is next level divine power. Because when you take what is yours, what your birthright is, a lot of times it comes with not just responsibility, but it comes with accountability. And it's only one person that you got to be accountable to when you step into your divine power, and that's God. Tap in. Because when you're accountable to God, and you're accountable to the people. When you're accountable to God, and you're accountable to your family. You see, and that's why you'll hear the elders say, keep God first. That's why you'll hear the chosen say, keep God first. Because when you are accountable to God and you know the repercussions or the consequences spiritually, when you know you got to pay that tuition, you got to pay the price for you not doing what has been royally handed to you, then it's not going to be a good outcome. And collective, I feel like the weight of that The weight of knowing that is something that you walked away from for a long time, collective. And I'm here to tell you, just come step it on back. Step it on back. I need you to come back. Okay. I need you to refocus and reframe that this space, this spot, this title, this education, this anointing, this baptism is yours. Tap in. It is yours. And the enemy has done its best interruption of your next level in order for you to not step into this role. Because the enemy know that once you step into this role, it's lights out for them. It's a full awakening, and not a miniature awakening where, okay, all right, my screen had went out for a minute. Not a miniature awakening where it's slight and it causes a minor disruption in your life. This ain't no minor disruption. This is not a disruption at all. This is a full-blown 180, different direction, different path, different enlightenment, different way, the way. Like this is totally just the way the way that I'm feeling, how different this is, how monumental, that is the word I was looking for, how monumental this is for you, collective. Oh my gosh. Taking on this role, whatever that role is for you. And I feel like this role is a huge example for you, collective. Like this is you showing others how to live, how to be, how to handle other problems. This is like showing people the information, like education. Education keeps popping up for me a lot, especially looking at the Hierophant. Because see, here's the thing. Here's the thing about being a spiritual teacher, a spiritual leader, in any sense of the word, right? Whether it is through religion, whether it is through your ancestral guidance, whether it is honoring your knowing or your spiritual gifts that show up in different ways. When you are a teacher or a leader, you have to take the high level information and you've got to synthesize it for the real world. You've got to explain it to your people in a way that is digestible, in a way that makes sense for them, in a way that puts them like on board. Tap in. That is not an easy job to do. It's not. It's not. Because you're going to run up against people who are disbelievers, who are straight up haters, who work for the ops, tap in, who about that enemy life. Like, I really need you to tap in for that. Speaking of about that enemy life, oh my gosh, collective. The way that I felt this energy of the Hierophant step in when I said the enemy, it's almost like, collective, when you stepped into this role, a particular sector of hell stepped out of hell. Tap in. I mean, I feel like the collective has been experiencing demonic attacks and people showing up with demonic energy. As soon as you was like, yes, this is my role, here comes, I mean, the enemy just flipping out. Oh, you think it's your role? Okay, let's fight. Let's duel. Like, let's, pull out, like we got to Yu-Gi-Oh this. And the thing about it is that you the master. You gonna try to challenge me to a duel for something that's my birthright. And I feel like a lot of y'all have been experiencing that. So if you have been experiencing specifically, take it how it resonates. If you have been specifically experiencing emotional attacks, tap in. Psychological attacks. By that I mean the unusual. Let me say that, an unusual amount of negative discourse in your mind. Okay. And so we got the emotional, the unusual discourse in your mind, and also, collective. Ooh, my hand is itching, baby. Give me that inheritance. Give me that inheritance. Tap in. Tap in. Somebody type of one in the chat for that inheritance. Okay, we need to let those prayers go up, baby. Okay. And then also, if you've been experiencing people just cuss at you, or people who don't usually cuss around you or cuss so much, if you experience them using foul language in a way that's almost like foaming at the mouth, collective, this is the energy that is meant to stop you from getting into that inheritance spot, or to get you off of your throne, collective. As I look at this Hierophant, the Hierophant is standing 10 toes down. The Hierophant is absolutely in spiritual protective garb. And inside, oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful, beautiful card. If you can see, inside is the universe. Tap in, collective. Inside of him is the universe, or her is the universe. Protected by diamonds, by carbon, protected by what the world, what the universe is made of. Oh my gosh, tap in, collective. You're ready. You're ready. This position is your birthright, collective. Tap in. Oh my gosh. I am so flowing with this. Is there anything else, God, that I could channel from this message? Even looking at this staff. Staff can be seen as a guiding point, a higher guiding point. It can also be seen as a protective measure. Tap in. I love this. Collective, this is your inheritance. If you are somebody that has been scared, or somebody that has been not necessarily scared, but nervous about taking on a role that you're supposed to step into, but you're like, I don't really know. This is it. You know, this is your confirmation to step into that position of power. Tap in. Woo-wee. The atmosphere is right for you, collective. There actually is no better time. We see what's happening with the world around us. There is no better time. Type of 3 in the chat. It's okay if I take a drink of my water. God, that water's so fire. I say that every time, y'all, but it is, y'all. Oh my gosh. And as we continue down what is being inherited, what this birthright is for you during our Q4 2025 collective. Q4 2025 is about breakthroughs, birthrights, and blessings. And the Hierophant is a breakthrough and a birthright. Tap in. Woo-wee. It's almost like the Hierophant had to break through this portal to let you know, like, hey, it is time. It is time. Okay, tap in. You've been running. You've been dipping and dodging, looking at everything else to take care of it. And the whole time, the answer was you taking this position, this throne. Tap in. And this is not your only birthright. This is the first step. You claiming this spiritual inheritance is your first step, because the next step after that is how that manifests in the 3D. Tap in. See, we talk about birthrights all the time, right? We talk about how things show up in our world, right? We talk about manifestations. We talk about alignment, right, collective? We talk about all that. But the Two of Wands builds a particular bridge for this inheritance to manifest here on earth. Tap in. Tap in. Now, as I channel deeper into this Two of Wands collective, it's a lot of information coming in. It's almost like when you experience this new phase, this new power, this interesting energy, when you experience that collective, I want you to tap in like deep into this, because I'm gonna say this. And take it how I resonate, collective. But I feel like a lot of y'all don't know just how powerful your tongue is. I don't think you understand how powerful your manifestation skills are. And you sure enough don't know how powerful it is in this high refined energy. When you take on your rightful inheritance, your birthright, and you start utilizing it to bring peace into this world the best way that you can, oh baby, it's like the power is amplified times a million. This Two of Wands is saying, since you have received this blessing, you have the ability to bless others. And you know, with the Two of Wands, I feel like a lot of y'all, I feel like a lot of y'all don't even know how you being the calm in what other people see as a storm is a blessing. It is a manifested reality. I said in my last reading that there is a lot going on globally, a lot going on in the world where the enemy is using holy language to disrupt and what's the word I use, y'all, and dismantle the collective and defame the collective. They using holy language to do that, to trick the collective into believing that what is evil is good. Collective, tap in. Tap in. And the thing about the Hierophant coming into the Two of Wands for another part of the birthright is that you, through all of this confusion and the storm, you are able to be the calm. You are the calm emotionally, and you are the calm physically. I want you to think how unique that is. I want you to think about how different you are from the people around you. I want you to think about how different you handle situations now than you did before. I want you to think about how when something that is being reacted to on a global scale is like making people like up in arms, getting people emotionally up in arms, how you are able to see through all of the trick bags and make it make sense, collective. Tap in. I love this Two of Wands for you. Because not only is it saying, all right, you ain't in the beginning phases, like where this inheritance placed you, where this shift is placing you is, yes, a higher level, but it's not a higher level without experience. Tap in. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. There's a difference. There's a difference when you have to start over again from nothing, from scratch. Even from the lessons, it's like nothing scratch. And it's a difference when you are placed in a new era of an inheritance that was your birthright. And you are starting from a place where you understand the ground rules. You understand the main points, the main rules of engagement. You understand the details. You understand the levels and layers. Tap in. And you understand that this is a blessing with your birthright. But the true blessing is being in the divine power that God has given you and showing it to the world. Y'all, with the universe coming out, it's like you know that you hold this power. You know that you hold these lessons. And it actually kind of reminds me of the strength card. Like you know that you are inherently stronger, inherently more powerful, inherently in tune. But you don't use that against people. You know what, collective? I'm going to tell y'all straight up. There are a lot of people who know this information, know higher levels of information. There are a lot of people who share this willingly, or they go to school to fine tune it. They fine tune it through socialization or speaking engagement, whatever it is. Like, people fine tune their spiritual gifts all the time through different modalities. Okay, collective, tap in. But then some of those people turn right back around and gawk and laugh at and shame other members of the collective for believing that they know more than the collective. Tap in. Or seeing that there are parts of the collective or factions of the collective that may not be as deep into their spirituality as they are, and they use that. Collective. When you inherit this space, you are going to clearly know through the rules of engagement who those people are. You see, I talk about tuition on here all the time. Don't I, collective? Tap in. Type it in the chat if you've heard me say that intuition is tuition. Okay? That there is a spiritual price to pay for everything, for the exchange of everything spiritual. Tap in, which is everything. The collective is very, very, in this position, very clear on what that tuition is. Ooh-wee. And that sets you apart. Going back to this Hierophant and looking at this universe and the way that it sets you apart, collective, ooh-wee. You're going to get some of these so-called leaders up in arms. They're going to be ready to fight you, collective. Let me just say that. They're going to be ready to fight you. They gonna come out foaming at the mouth. They're gonna come out fighting. They're gonna come out talking ish. They're gonna think everything is an attack against you or what you said. I mean, against them about what you said. They're gonna think that you throwing shot, throwing shade. They're gonna think everything is against them. They're gonna end up calling you a devil. Because of how much your righteousness, how much your clarity, how much this part of your journey, stepping into your birthright and your inheritance, they gonna think that because they standing in your truth, it agitates them. They gonna think, oh, you casting spells against me, collective. Tap in. What? Ain't nobody casting spells. This is the collective taking their birthright and their inheritance and standing in their full power. And that full power is the truth. It is their truth and it is the truth. And if that agitates anybody around you, collective, that means that that person is a bold-faced liar. Because they ain't standing in their own truth. My truth don't shake in your truth. Tap in. My power don't shake in your power. We on the same mission here. So anybody that's looking at you saying, how dare you step into your belief, your power, your inheritance, your birthright, how dare you step into that because it's impeded upon me, that person got a problem. And it ain't you. That problem was with them. And maybe they need to get right with God. Tap in. Bitch, I said what I said. And I know the collective is experiencing this hands down. Trying to figure out why all of a sudden you getting called all types of names when you just standing in your truth. You like, well, I just got here. Okay, I just got into this space. What you mean? What you mean? When they start accusing you of doing all types of witchcraft and black magic, like, girl, that don't even work against you, collective. Okay, they tried. They only work against you. Because in your truth, can't none of that penetrate. Tap in. Ooh, we collective. This is mighty interesting, isn't it? Ooh, wee. Let's see what is happening in the shift. Man, I just wanted to place what the inheritance was. What is going on? Coco, what is happening with you? Hey. Coco, we over here talking about the shift. I need you to get your shift together. Coco doing the most, y'all. Ooh, let's talk about this shift. Two of Swords and the King of Cups. Two of Swords in reverse. The shift is that you said what you said, which is what I just said. Tap in, collective. Ooh, wait. This King of Cups, I always say this King of Cups looks like Prince, y'all. Ooh, I really love this. Coming with the Hierophant and the Two of Swords, you weren't even, listen. You thought you had a choice of where you stood with this Hierophant energy? You thought you was going to skate your way out this time? No. I feel like with this Hierophant, you stepping into this, you had dodged it for so long that you thought you was going to be able to dodge it forever, collective. And y'all was like, hey. No, this is your birthright. This is what, here you go. Stop trying to dodge it. Get with the times, get with the program. And I feel like, collective, with this Two of Swords, man, I feel like you thought about this for a long time. I know, collective, you prayed about this for a long time. It kind of makes my heart melt, and it makes me a little bit sad at the same time, collective, because I know, and I've had these conversations with y'all, that sometimes you don't feel worthy of this inheritance. You like, yo, I mean, my grand peoples, you know, my aunties, my friend, and or my spirituality or my religion say that I'm worthy of this, but I don't feel like I am. I mean, my ancestors say I'm worthy of this, but how, when I'm doing this, or I made this mistake, or I'm in this position in life? I feel like a lot of y'all have really like talked yourself out of it because you felt like you were undeserving. And now that this position, this birthright position has come up, now you looking like, oh, I really talked myself out of that, huh? No, I am worthy. And you 10 toes down with it. You are emotionally 10 toes down with it. This is like acceptance, collective. This is acceptance. And I'm gonna tell you right now, collective, you're not going back to the old you. I have the need to tell you this. I have the need to really, let's get close. Let's get close. Come here, baby. Come here. You're not going back to the old you. You're not going back to the old life. You're not going back to the old way. You are somebody brand new. It might take a little bit of time to catch up here in the 3D of what's happening spiritually, baby. But you ain't gonna be the same person. And if you ain't the same person, guess what? The environment ain't the same. Guess what? The people ain't the same. Guess what? The job might not be the same. Tap in. Guess what? Your vocabulary might not be the same. King of Wands. Ooh, with the Two of Wands. I love that. With the Fool card in reverse, yeah, it ain't the same. It ain't the same. My goodness. And you are, listen, this inheritance, we got two kings on the board. The King of Cups, which is totally letting you know right now, you are emotionally in this. There's nothing else. Like if you was thinking that you couldn't do it, your emotions were saying, yes, I can. And if your emotions were saying, no, I can't, but you was thinking that you could, it came back around to your emotions and say, hey, clear all that out the way. Yes, you can. You can deal with this on every level. And it's also giving me like this intuitive push. Let me tell you something. When I see the King of Cups, I immediately go into like, when I flew over, where was that? Was that the sea? Was that the Taiwan Strait? Or was that the South China Sea? Anyway, I was in the Pacific, girl. Okay. I was over there in the Asian territories. Okay. And up in the sky, this is how I feel about the King of Cups. when you flying on these huge aircrafts from one continent to another, okay, you get to fly at heights and over water in ways that a smaller aircraft could never. So I never forget, we was going through turbulence in the sky. We had to drop down a little bit below the clouds. And so we dropped down. And when you got below the clouds, baby, you saw a whole fleet of shit out there. You could just see the sparkling lights. You could see like the outlines of it. It was just crazy. It's at nighttime, yo. You just see, like, you could see it. And I was like, it was the first time that I've been in that part of the world and saw fleets of naval craft in the ocean like that at night. Tap in. And I feel like with this inheritance, my God, collective, with this inheritance, with this King of Cups, see, that's people only see you at the shore. This Hierophant, that's the fleet at night that can make a stealth move even in heavy waters, even when the waves get hard, even when the enemies think they can come below you, even when the enemies think they can sneak up on you. Nah, it's a whole fleet of my ancestors. It's a whole fleet of people that place this birthright that I'm inherited, that I inherited. Thank you. Woo. It's a whole fleet. My ancestors hanging out the window, mouth full of gold teeth. And I'm telling you, like, I got my little binoculars. I'm looking, I'm like, oh, is this what it looked like from the sky like this at night? And let me tell you something, collective. The United States need to be a little bit worried. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation for another story. Whole conversation for another day, okay? But that's how I feel like with this King of Cups, like, the way that you are backed by the spiritual gangsters, the spiritual elders, the survivors, the knowers, the doers, the seekers. Ooh-wee. You can't have no question about it. You can't. Ooh-wee. And now with the Two of Wands flanked by the King of Wands, and the Fool in reverse. No, I actually feel like as this is because this is a blessing, right? To be able to take what is spiritual and bring it into the physical manifestation. The Fool in reverse next to the King of Wands is telling me, like, flame on. We right here. We ain't going nowhere. I could wake up, smell the roses, and flame on, and get it here, and get it done. Tap in. Tap in. Big Leo energy is what I'm feeling right here. Ooh, wait. Don't even know the fight that you had to even go through with yourself to take on this inheritance. This is a big shift for you, collective. It's a lot moving with this. Ooh, it's a lot moving. Oh my gosh. I got a big mirror. Hold on, y'all. This is real time. I got a big mirror right here. So I can see my whole window through my mirror. And it's a maintenance man, but when I came off of that message, the way that he looked was a little sus. Cause see, I don't want to have to go here with it. So I had to take a moment and get my mind right before I continue, okay? Listen, okay? My husband is not in my studio. So I take every precaution I can, but he's just a maintenance man for right now. Tap in, tap in. What's shifting underneath this universe? Oh, I love this King of Wands energy. Something else I was going to say about that King of Wands. I got distracted. I'm going to come back to him when it resurfaces, collective. Knight of Cups, royalty, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Oh, so there's a balance about to happen. And this actually leads me, that Knight of Wands in reverse leads me to the opposition. But let's talk about this right now. Ooh, tap in. Big Knight of Cups energy, collective. And y'all know how I feel about the Knights. The Knights is straight royalty. You know, I was reading this book that was in my grandmama's collection called Who Is This Man? Jesus. Okay, tap in. I cracked it open and read the preface in the first chapter today. And the aim of the book is to chronicle Jesus's life in a comprehensive way. Well, it's comprehensive, but in a way that makes chronological sense and that people can, understand his life in a where it's not so overwhelming, right? And I said, oh, this would be a book that my grandma has. It's so cute. It's an old book too. I mean, it's falling apart. You can take it to the library and see if I can get them to seam it closed. I mean, the book probably 80 years old. Tap in. Anyway, sorry, maybe 60 years old. Anyway, when Gabriel appeared to, was it Zechariah? That was in the temple praying. Gabriel appeared on the right side of the incense, right at the temple, at the altar. And Zechariah, I think I'm getting that person right? Zechariah was like, how do I know? Please let me know if I had that name right. I feel like that might be wrong, but anyway. If I'm wrong, type it in the chat for me, collective. That's all I ask, okay? I never claimed to be a theologist, a theologian. I never claimed to be a theologian, but I still learn and I still make mistakes, okay? But anyway, Gabriel appeared and was like, hey, listen, your wife about to have a baby and you need to name it John, right? And Zechariah was like, well, how I know it's gonna be how I know is you, like it's for, like, how do I know what you say? How can I be sure what you say is true? That tap in. Woo, thank you. How can I be sure what you say is true? And Gabriel was like, homie, I'm sent divinely. Okay? And because you question this divine appearance, I'm gonna shut your mouth until the baby is born. Tap in. I was like, oh, damn. Damn. Tap in, collective. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Okay, my bad, y'all. And I was like, dang, they just shut your mouth until, okay, John is born by way of Elizabeth, okay? Just be quiet. I was like, yo, that is so wow. Like, all he did was ask, how can I be sure? But then when Gabriel appeared to Mary and Joseph and said, hey, Mary, you gonna have this baby and you gonna name the baby Jesus. Mary was like, how? How this supposed to happen? I'm the big V, you know? And then Gabriel explained to her, and I was sitting here in my mind like, yo, why Zechariah gets silenced for X amount of months? Couldn't say nothing. He gotta gesture everything. He gotta break dance. He gotta write stuff down. He can't even express himself how he wants to. But Mary get the explanation. It's because, tap in, collective, woo, it is because, collective, Mary was asking about the mechanics. She like, look, how this supposed to happen? I'm the big B, okay? How this supposed to happen? I'm just, not that you know, that you ain't who you say you is. I just want to know what the mechanics are. And Gabriel was like, hey, yo, this is how it's gonna go down, okay? And then Mary was like, oh, thank you, God. Thank you, praise God. This is a miracle. This is what has been promised to us. All of that. all of that, right? But Zechariah got his mouth shut, closed, until John was born. Okay? So when I'm thinking like, wow, why did that happen? It's because John wanted to question if Gabriel was sent by God. Gabriel told him, I'm sent by God, bro. What's up? Coco, you alright over there? Coco, I'm talking about God right now. What are you over here doing? No, don't be trying to go over here and get all buddy, okay? Y'all know how Coco do. She want to get all these pet rubs and stuff like that, and I gotta get up, go wash my hands, all this kind of stuff. Coco, go to bed. Go to bed. I'll take you out when I'm done, okay? Go on, Coco. Go on. Get on your blanket that I paid $70 for, okay? But somehow it became your blanket. So anyway, Gabriel shut Zechariah down because Zechariah wanted to ask about the divineness and wanted to be sure. Are you sure? How can I be sure? Because the message was sent divinely, bruh. What you mean? The message was sent divinely. So when I see the universe flanked by the Knight of Cups, the message sent to you is sent by God. Tap in. This is not a time to be like, oh, am I sure? Yes. And when I see the Knight of Wands in reverse, right next to the Knight of Cups, first of all, this yin and yang power. But this Knight of Wands leading into the opposition, oh, this the problem. Because just as you have people, angels being sent to you divinely to give you the message, you got these raggedy heifers, these hating hoes in the back, sending high-level spiritual warfare to you. The thing is that they think because they sending fire, you're going to get burned. Not knowing that you are not just divinely protected by angels collective. Ooh, look at that. The king being backed by the knight. Tap in. But your royal fleet has been waiting to bust shots. Tap in. Let's go deeper into this opposition right now, collective. Ooh-wee. Oh, baby, they were not ready, were they? Let's go deeper into this opposition. If I can get this card. Come on, baby. Let's go deeper into this opposition. Look, 3 of Swords on the bottom already. What's underneath this? The Page of Swords. 3 of Swords and Page of Swords. So yeah, these heifers is waiting. They ready to cut deep too. 6 of Wands at the bottom. Yeah, they ready to cut deep too. Splitting the deck. What's at the bottom? Ooh, 2 hidden sources. Let's look. Let's take a look. The 5 of Pentacles and what's this? Ooh, might need my glasses. The Queen of Pentacles. So they didn't realize that attacking you, coming after you, was going to lead them directly into the poorhouse. Oh, baby. Oh, because see, everything that the enemy does at this point with this opposition, everything the enemy does at this point, collective, is talk about not prosper. Look at this. Look, the lovers arguing. So, whoa, the fact that the 5 of Pentacles got 2 people walking in, tap in, but it's a solo endeavor to get the what are they trying to get? You know, I was going to say money, collective, but that ain't the intuition. That ain't the tuition. The Pentacles is more than, oh, look, I'm looking at the word void. The Pentacles is more than money. They want to steal that inheritance. They want to steal that birthright. And because they truly do not understand, or maybe they do understand and they just that bold. They walking, trying to take your energy, trying to take your wait. No, I got it. Thank you, God, for clarifying that message. Because I'm sitting here like, whoa, why are they trying? Why is only one person? No, it's a group. Most definitely 2 of them leading the front. Tap in. And they walking themselves into the poorhouse. They walking themselves into spiritual deficit. They walking themselves into spiritual debt. They walking themselves into paying a tuition at an Ivy League spiritual school that they can't afford. They doing all types of tricks and magic and trying to reverse engineer, doing all types of silliness to disrupt your birthright, thinking that they're going to try to get you off your game, collective. With the 10 of Swords, carrying that debt, fighting over your inheritance that they had the fact they even believe that they could touch your space, your spot. Collective, I'm telling you right now. Whoa. The fact that they are willing, that means they are knowingly going into a place where they will not succeed, because the devil's urge, the enemy's urge to remove you from your spot, from your birthright, from your breakthrough, from your blessings, the enemy's urge to do that. They are willing to take themselves out. They are willing to kamikaze to make sure you don't stay in that position for long. And they are willing to fight anybody, anywhere, any place to make sure that you don't succeed. Oh, collective, who in the heck is this demon? See, they sent this wayward energy, not knowing it was going to get blocked. But they sent this wayward energy. Collective, I need you to be on guard. I need you to be clear. I need you to understand that whoever is around you in this energy is a cloaker. This is somebody who put on the robe of being a child of God. They put on the robe. They not there. They not that. Tap in. They cloakers. They there to steal your inheritance. That's what a cloaker is. Tap in. To blend in with the collective. To steal and take. So collective, if you are experiencing somebody that comes into your life or presents to you a lot of opposition that don't make sense, collective, tap in. They present in a lot of energy that just don't make sense to you. Or these people or this person is willing to make themselves look bad or take a hit that's unnecessary. Were you like, that's unnecessary? Why do you have to do that? Like, if there's somebody who is behaving in a way that simply does not make sense because the hit that they will take is too great, and you like, that is so like, what are you doing? That's the enemy. I'm telling you right now, collective, even if this person sits in pain, that means that this person is willing to be in pain, take on painful moments, painful situations. They willing to get used and tossed away by other people just to come to you to try to find comfort. Just so that they can find a way to get you off of your throne, collective. Off of your throne. Off of your throne. Off of your inherited throne. Oh, that's something that they are willing to inherit. If they inheriting pain, if they are inheriting pain, collective, look, the fool. Ooh. And they fool is upright. They fool walking right into the tragedy. It's tragic. The fool is walking right into the tragedy, collective. Oh my gosh. Freedom has a voice. And this person right here is using their voice to be the antithesis of freedom. Ooh, we collected. Look, the magician. And you know what's crazy about this magician? Who's this? The Queen of Swords. You know what's crazy about this magician, y'all? Now that I'm looking at it. The fool is looking back at the magician. So you got this fool who went to, oh my gosh, who went to some type of magic cloaker, make believe cloaker, who think they doing something. That's who sent this 9 of Wands chaotic energy. Look, 10 of Pentacles arguing, fighting. Ain't gonna make it nowhere, ain't gonna do nothing. Innocent people around them crying. People is gone, sadness, destruction. This a demon. This fool is a demon. And when this fool comes to you, they gonna bring arguments, they gonna bring pain. They probably gonna take some of your money along with it, and they are willing to walk you out of your spot. Oh boy, collective. That's hard. That's hard. That's heat right there. Ooh, that's the opposition. And I don't want you to make any mistake, collective. The opposition is willing to go to the very ends to ensure that you do not remain in your rightful inherited throne. That's not a guess. That's what it is, collective. That's what it is. Ooh. Let's see here. You know, this 2 of Wands is really calling me right now. And I think that we need to make a connection between this 2 of Wands, which is manifested. This is manifestation, right? This is what people will see once you take your throne. There is a direct connection between this 2 of Wands and this opposition right here. Tap in. Woo, what we got going here? Yeah, it's the love. It's the love, it's the wisdom, it's the harmony. Yeah. It's the philosophy. Look, scholarship. Scholarship has come up once before here. It's your knowing. I'm telling you, the way that the information is manifesting and showing up in your blessings through this birthright portal is directly related to, wait a minute, the pain. Directly related to the pain. And underneath, it literally says cutting, lobotomy, anatomy, to break down your body of work. Ooh, we collective. Now that's wow. That is the spine. So let me tell you something, collective. When you physically feel it, oh, my crown is just like, girl, when you physically feel it, when your hair stand up in the back of your neck and you get the goosies, or your sacral chakra is just like, yo, pay attention. I need you to be up. I need you to be witty. I need you to be thorough. Because that is your spine saying that there is a reverse Knight of Wands, which is sent from a dark energy, which is sent from a dark energy. These are the bookends. These are the bookends of this entire opposition. So you got people that's doing work in the spiritual realm to keep you from inheriting your throne, your birthright. Tap in. So your love, wow. Your information, your knowledge, your scholarship is related directly to their pain, and they aim to cut you mentally and physically, lobotomy and anatomy, and tracheotomy. I see that as well. Craniotomy. They want to take you down all the way, collective. This is wild. This is wild. Oh, but baby, what's about to be claimed though? That's really the question. What's about to be claimed? Free spirit. Number 33, Trinity. What's about to be claimed, baby? Correspondence. That's your prayers. That's what's about to be claimed. It's your conversation with God, y'all. They are so mad at Big Gabriel coming down, telling you like you are about to birth a new freaking a new understanding of love. You about to birth a new place in the world. But in order to do that, you got to inherit your rightful place. Ooh-wee, asteroid, big energy, all cosmic wonder, boundless. Ooh-wee. Let me tell you something, collective. And I be, listen. One of the gifts that I have, and I have been told this, it took me a while to recognize this gift, but I've been told it so much, I know it's true. I've been told by different people. One of the gifts that I have is I am able to recognize how someone else's gifts impact the world. Tap in, impact the people around them. Whatever song that just popped up in my head is about to get, or popped up in my ear, is about to go. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know I listen to music as I'm doing this. There we go. Okay, Spotify's off the chain. Anyway, is I'm able to see how people's gifts affect the world around them, and how their birthright and their blessings and their breakthrough is going to impact what's in front of them, whether they believe it or not. I've had people not believe me, and then I will see when they come back and be like, "Oh my God, this happened." I'm like, "Yup, told you." Oh, you know what, Cash? You did say that. Yeah, I said that 5 years ago. And now that I'm seeing cosmic, fascination, infinite, interstellar, uncharted territory. This is for you, collected. The number two, the number one. Ooh-wee. 221 is very important here. Just canceling out this Knight of Wands. This correspondence is completely canceling out this Knight of Wands. This is the principalities. This Knight of Wands is standing on a foundation of freaking matted, dirty, oily hair shafts, bitch. Okay? While you stand on the principalities to balance, you seeing the way. The asteroid is saying, like, this is balance. And you know what else it's saying? It's saying that these people have such a fascination with your birthright, with what you inherited, that they are willing to go spiritually bankrupt to try to get you to not have it. And there is such an interesting, like, play here, because it's like they want it for themselves, but they can't have it. They know they can't have it, even though they try to imitate, even though they try to duplicate, tap in. But also, if they can't have it, they don't want you to have it. And they are willing to go to the ends of the world to to have that moment to say, see, you weren't going to keep it. You weren't going to do right. Change. And stubborn. Yeah, I really see that. I really see that. This move is, I need you to claim this, collective. I need you to claim this change. This move comes after years of resistance, and you resisted because you didn't quite feel like you was ready, collective. I listen. Listen, baby, I get it. I understand. I know it. It's what it's gonna be, collective. Tap in. Ooh, I really love this. I love this change. And number 9 and number 5. Number 40 is important. Maybe somebody's going into their 40th year. Maybe somebody has a 14-year-old. I don't know, collective. Maybe somebody sees in a child that they also have this gift. Collective. Ooh wee. I know there's a child in this. I know one of y'all see that there is a special gift. So a child in your life has inherited something special. That just came to me. My goodness. And you see it, and maybe other people don't. What you can do is nurture it the best that you can. Even telling them like, hey, there is something special and beautiful and divine in you. Never forget these words, that you have a place on a divine throne. It is your birthright. It is your inheritance. Let me tell you, you speak love and life into a child like that. I don't care if they 2 years old. It's going to manifest. It's going to bloom. Collective. Ooh wee. It's going to bloom. And the fact that I see this blooming happen, and then right next under the 10 of swords and the lovers, I see stress and struggle. Oh, baby. That's all it's going to ever be. This change and staying in this change is a part of the spine of this. But underneath them trying to cut you, underneath the liars and the fool, underneath the Knight of Cups that is supporting this universal change, baby, it's a big old no for them. Dread, angst, apprehension. This the dark side. This the shadow side of the Scorpio. Number 8 is important here. Number 15 is important. This magician is toxic. AF. Tap in. And this magician is always sending argument coming up. And we see that the lovers are totally arguing. Y'all, I'ma say it, take it how it resonate. You might have this person or these people might be in some type of relationship where they're always arguing with somebody, or they're always trying to start an argument with you. Tap in with that. Tap in. Always a conflict. This is the shadow side of Taurus energy, destructive, vicious, harmful. Number 4, number 9 coming up, the number 11 coming up. Yeah, collective. Yeah, I want you to claim all of this. And in my last live stream, my last prophetic message, I said the word is rebucation. Okay, we are rebuking this negative energy. We are accepting what this birthright is, what these blessings are, and what these breakthroughs are. This is a whole breakthrough, birthright, and blessings testimony here. Tap in, collective. This is a little groovy tune I'm listening to. I need you to claim it. I need you to claim this in your prayers. I need you to claim that this is next level, that this is a cosmic, necessary adjustment. Claim that you will take this shift. I want you to stand 10 toes down in this shift and recognize that people are going to do their best to bring struggle and stress to you because they live a life of struggle and stress. Tap in. And that whoever sent this Knight of Wands in reverse, first of all, got doused by the Holy Spirit. Tap in. And that is nothing but toxic and is always going to cause an argument. Let me tell you, if it causes you to argue about what is right and what is wrong, in your values, in your spirituality, yeah, that is a Knight of Wands in reverse. Ooh-wee. Let's talk about this outcome, baby. Let's see what the collective has to look forward to. I see energy. Energy done popped out. This card wanna healing. Tap in. Find. Tap in. Energy. Healing. Using energy as a utility to heal and find. Oh, that's powerful right there. Using energy as a utility to heal. Wow. Energy, a fundamental entity of nature that is transferred between parts of a system, a usually positive spiritual force. Tap into it. I said, come here. Tap into that. Utility, fitness for some purpose or worth to some end. In healing, to make free from injury or disease and to make sound or whole. And will be encountered or to come upon. To discover by study, didn't I say scholarship? Or experiment to attain and reach, collective. That's the outcome. Oh, baby, they weren't ready for this. Supported, adventure, illumination. I love when those words come out. Anything else, collective? Anything else? Quit. Yeah. Consistent. Dwell. Yeah. To a considerable extent or degree. It's quite, not quit, girl. Get them eyeballs checked. Quite a large amount. Dwell. Oh, man. I'm sorry, I got a little bit taken back because dwelling has come up in my recent studies, and it was y'all. It says to remain for a time, to live as a resident, and to exist and to lie in. And all I can think about is when John said Jesus is like, make a way. And Jesus set up his dwelling and he invited people in to see. And those people became followers and witnesses to his divine greatness. You call it tabernacle. Tapping. A spiritual dwelling. And that's what this is, collective. Your breakthrough of knowing that you belong here. This breakthrough of knowing that this is your birthright, this is your inheritance. This is the shit, collective. Oh boy. The word dwell it took me there, collective. That's how big this message is. This is the claim that the enemy don't want you to have, collective. This is the claim that people are willing to go into spiritual debt for you not to have. Not even knowing that you are anointed and appointed, and that anybody who thinks that you are just sure deep, that all of your deep, all of your conversation, all it is sure level. They don't know that the divine message can see from the sky, can see from the clouds, baby, and see the fleet that's behind you. And that fleet is covered by God. Oh, baby. What song is this? The song that just came on said, breathing deeply, riding ready. Woo-wee, that's right on time. I like that. My goodness, collective. I just need to take a breath in, because this message was so on point, collective. I don't even know what to do with myself. Collective, this next level right here. This next level. Q4 2025, or whenever you see this message, it don't matter when you come into this message, collective, it's right on time for you. What's shifting is you stepping into this divine power, collective. No more running, no more second guessing, no more thinking about it. No, you don't even have an opportunity to think. The time is now, collective. It's too much danger out there. It's too much happening to those who are not seasoned like you, collective. I'm telling you, these people are coming after our babies. They coming after our vulnerable. Tap in. And you ain't got to think that you got it all together. You don't. There are many people that's going through a significant struggle. That don't mean that you don't get to inherit your birthright. Tap in. Who said that? When it appears to you, you don't ask, are you sure? No. This is a divine message. This is what it is. Ready or not, here it is. And collective, I'm telling you, this is next level for you. Welcome to the season of breakthroughs, birthrights, and blessings, collective. And this is truly a blessing. This is a birthright and this is a breakthrough. It's all three, collective. And I love that for you. Hey, listen. If you like this reading and you want to get more of my insights, I need to tell you that you need to get with the Crown Circle and the Crown Collective, because I'll be in the membership just loving all over y'all. Tap in, collective, tap in. It's $2.99 a month, less than a cup of coffee at your favorite coffee spot. How do I know? Because I've been to all of them, collective. A regular cup of coffee is $9,000. Tap in. The Crown Collective is a space. The Crown membership is a space where we can connect on a higher level with one another. You get to know what's happening in my world, in the spiritual world, through my briefings, through my master classes, and more. Tap in and see what's going on over there, okay? My name is Cass Young, and I'm an intuitive speaker and spiritual motivator, activating the spiritual powerhouse within you. And this is my message to remind you to always keep your crown on. Love you. Bye.